Hey, what's up, guys? This is TopherDeluxe, and welcome to my commentary, Married with Children, my life. I'm going to go over a little bit of personal stuff with my life, and, just to get to know you guys a little bit more, and you guys know me a little bit more. What you're going to watch is me playing, basically how I play with a sniper rifle when I'm playing for the win. When TopherDeluxe is trying, this is how I use a sniper rifle. I keep a pistol in my back pocket, specifically the Cat 40 at this point. And I do some pretty good work. I end up top of the team, and we win, I believe. I'm about 90% positive we win. So stick around for that ending. Could be a surprise. And watch out for the hit markers. A little bit of a, I guess a disclaimer is this is recorded in theater mode because when I got the gameplay, the Elgato was on, but wasn't hooked up, and I didn't know that, so I had to hook it up and then go back and record it. It's a big, tedious process. If any of you have an Elgato, you know what I'm talking about. So, anyways, on with the commentary. I wanted to kind of get a little bit more of my life and what I go through every day, day to day, and how it affects my not only my YouTube channel but every other aspect of my channel or of my life, which is more than just a channel. So, for those of you who don't know, I am 27 years old. I'll be turning 28 this year. I work full time at a factory. I'm not really going to disclose what factory or what for. I just think that's business and personal life mix. But I do work in a factory. I make a pretty dang good living. If you ask me, it's more than enough for me to survive. So I have been increasingly blessed with that. But I do put in a lot of long hours. A lot of you guys notice that I only upload once a week, and that's just because I don't have the time to sit down and try and get gameplays and try and record and edit and everything like that more than once a week. In certain circumstances, if something special comes up, then I'll go ahead and do it. If something happens and my gameplays are just coming left and right, then I'll go ahead and upload them as I get them. If I have a bunch stacked up, then I don't worry about putting out a couple more extra. But right now as it is, excuse me, right now as it is, I am putting up one video a week. That's my minimum. That's what I think I should, as a YouTuber, be able to at least accomplish. But the reason why is because I work a lot. There's some weeks where I only get 2 days off a week. Some weeks I get 3 or 4. Some weeks I get 5. Some weeks I don't get any. It just kind of depends. And when I do work, I work 12 hours a day. So there's just enough time for me to maybe get a few gameplays in after work. I can hop on for a few minutes and try and see if I can tear something up. And other than that, it's just work and family. So on to the family part, the married with kids part. Because I am 27 and I've been married for 5 years. We just had our 5th year anniversary back in June. And it's been kind of a bumpy ride, I'm not going to lie. But I want to fill you guys in a little bit on that background as well, I guess. My wife, she is part of a family that has been friends with my family for double kill for a long time, multiple generations. Her grandfather was my preacher when I was a kid, and he was a traveling evangelist. So her family was really close with my family. So, a long story short, watch this RCXD domination. But long story short, we had some mutual friends and family. Look at that shiz. Look at that scope. You see that? That was dope. But anyways, we had some mutual friends and family. Her cousin and my sister were really close friends, and they ended up hanging out, and I ended up going out to hang out with them one day, and I met my future wife there at that occasion, and we kind of hit it off. We started talking, we started dating, and before you know it, we were married. So we rushed into marriage a little fast, which made the first, I guess, year or so. Look at that. I hit him with a grenade. Fail. Which made the first few years of our marriage a little tough. When you marry somebody when you're not used to them, or when you don't spend a lot of time with them, or you haven't spent a lot of time with them, then you end up having to adapt really fast. You're taking 2 separate lives with 2 separate interests and likes and dislikes and stuff like that, and you're trying to work it all into one cohesive unit. You're trying to become one flesh, is the Christian way to say it, but you're trying to take 2 lives and join them together and find peace. And that's really difficult. Watch this. Pow. Get it done, son. And it's really difficult. I'm not going to fail. Look at that guy. He just walked into 60 hours. So funny. Oh, my gosh. But you're trying to really piece two lives together, and it becomes a little overwhelming, and it is difficult. I don't know anybody. I don't think I know anybody that has had a completely flawless marriage with no arguments or anything like that intended or in any way, shape, or form. It kind of comes with a property. So if you're married and you're newlyweds, you've only been married for a year or two, then you know it's okay. It's okay to fight. It's okay. It happens sometimes. You just kind of have to stick it out. Just try and get through it, and it will get better. As far as kids go, right after we got married, 6 months after we got married, my wife got pregnant, and we had our first little girl. She is just awesome. And there's something inside of you that changes when you have a kid. And I wish I can't put it into words. The best way I can describe it, I'll put it this way, is everything that you think you know about love. And I'm telling you the truth here, guys. Pay attention. Everything you think you know about love is completely smashed to pieces when you have a kid. Because when you have that child, you understand there's a love that is so pure and so deep and so untaintable that it just consumes you. It's just, I don't know how to put it other than that. You look at this child and you think, I would give everything. I would give anything. I would lay down my life for this thing. And that's the quality of love that you have. That's the purity of it. And there's nothing else that I've understood in my life to be like that. That's not my dad, not my mom. It's helped my relationship with my wife, and I feel that way now with my wife. But before, it was kind of like I didn't understand how love could be just so bold and so extreme until I had a kid. And once I had a kid, I realized, wow, this is amazing. Well, about a year and a half later, we ended up with another one. So we have our second daughter. And life just gets complicated. That love is there all the way through it with each one of your kids. It's amazing. Financially, with me working, life is getting difficult. You have 2 kids now and a wife. My wife stays at home, so now I've got 3 mouths to feed on top of my own. And it's just difficult. It's not easy. And but it's awesome. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to find the best words to use to try and convey this the way that it should be. It's not easy, but being an adult is not easy. Being a grown-up, going to work every day, or working until your needs are met is not easy. Not for everybody. I admit I've done some really crappy jobs. I've worked third shift at a gas station for a year. I sold steaks door to door. Can you imagine? What a shitty job. I shoveled rocks on a rooftop on a 120-degree day just to try and make ends meet before. Now, I've been blessed ever since I've been married with some good, steady jobs just because I was really, really trying hard to make a good life for my kids. But those are things that are involved in being grown up. You have to work. It's just part of life. I hate to burst your bubble if you're 20 years old or 25 years old and you're currently sitting on your mom's computer and watching my video on someone else's bill, but you have to work. It's part of being an adult. It's just, if you don't eat, my dad always said, if you don't work, you don't eat. If you're not working, if you don't have a job, then you're someone else's burden. And that's not the way to be an adult. So it's difficult being an adult. And when you get married, you take someone else under your wing, as far as I see it, as a guy, as the man of the house or whatever. You take someone else under your wing and you're saying, I can provide for you. I can give you what you need. When you have kids, they are solely dependent on you. A wife can walk out. A wife can leave. You can get divorced, or a wife can go out and earn her own money. But a child can't. If a child isn't taken care of, then they are hopeless. They solely 100% depend on you. And that's a lot of responsibility. Like I said, it's being an adult. It's not easy. It's not a cakewalk, but it's the most rewarding experience of my life, hands down. It does not. There is not a single thing in my life that I wouldn't trade for one of those children. I would give everything. I'd give my existence. But that's about it. That's wrapping it up. It's a 34, I think 19. A lot of defends and some captures. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit subscribe. It's at the top of the screen if you want to hear some more. Or if if you have any input in the conversation, put it in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to read them and reply. As always, TopherDeluxe, and I'm out.